Hey everyone, I wanted to share a meditation that I had today. I consciously stopped today and made an effort to meditate. Usually I don't. Usually I'm like trying to figure out what I need to do throughout the day, like the normal. I get too busy and start doing other things. But today I was like, nope, I'm gonna stop and actually listen to what I'm being told from my guides. And I'm gonna share a little bit about what happened. So I get into the mode of asking for my spirit guides to be with me for my highest and best good, to work with only Elena's spirit guides. And what came in right away was I hear one of my spirit guides, which almost sounds like me, but I know it's not my tone and it's not coming from my thoughts. It comes in a little bit different. And if you have ever practiced talking to your spirit guides, you'll know what I'm saying. It feels like it's coming from a different part of your brain or head, or I don't know how to explain it. It almost sounds like they're sitting in a different space. So the next thing I hear is, "We have Nefertiti here for you." And I'm like, huh. I said hello, and in my thoughts, I'm like trying not to get too fangirly, trying not to get too out of my head, because I don't normally work with Nefertiti. I work with other Egyptian gods and goddesses, but never Nefertiti. So this was kind of a shock for me. So I keep going in and out of meditation because I keep hearing other things in the room, or other noises, I should say, that are distracting me. But one of the last times I did a tarot reading, I was getting in the zone again, and my guides had told me to go to the sun. So I did that to get back into the groove faster. So I went directly to the sun, and it's almost like I'm trying to hug the sun. I know that sounds nuts, but I become one with the sun. So it's like I hug the sun and I turn into a being of fire. And this is what I'm showing you guys, the sun, right? So this is the sun. I hug the sun, I become a fiery being, and during this meditation, I feel my whole body pulsate from the inside outwards, all the way out into my auric field and all the way back in. So going in and out, in and out. It happened maybe for a couple of seconds, or maybe 20 seconds. I'm not really sure, but that's never happened before. And it felt amazing. It was the most interesting feeling, because it was like pulsating and vibrating from in and out when that happened. It's like I totally submerged myself into the sun, as opposed to like being afraid of doing it. The first time it was kind of not off-putting, but just like interesting, because I was trying to see what was happening, because I could see it in my head that I'm embracing a part of the sun, right? And this time I embraced it, saw it, and let it like envelop me, if that makes sense. So after connecting with the sun and getting back in the groove, I'm able to connect back with Nefertiti. So I go through, like, it almost seems like a movie clip. So there's a part where I see her dancing, and I notice that she swings her hair, and it's not in a hat like how we normally see her. It's almost like a wig, or it probably is a wig, and she has bangs, and she had her hair down, and some of the braids had little gold cuffs, and when she spun, it reflected light from those cuffs. And my ego's starting to be like, what the heck is like, how am I getting to see this right now? It's so crazy. Like, why does she choose to talk with me? And she's like, well, why wouldn't I talk to you? Basically, why wouldn't I want to connect with you? She's like, I love you, and I love everyone that I connect with. And then she said, you are a being merging with the sun, divine light. And then I got a vision of me as a scorpion. My head was human, my body was the scorpion, and I was in the position of ready to strike. And I was like, I'm fighting with my ego to stay here, because this is so out of the normal for me, that I was like, whoa, my head is there, but my whole rest of my body, and I'm big. I'm a big scorpion. And how she got me to get to this point was she kept saying Scorpio over and over. And so when she said Scorpio, I thought, as soon as I thought Scorpio, I saw myself as a scorpion with my head, but the rest of my body was a scorpion. And right when I was ready to strike, and it almost felt like I was gonna strike myself, I shoot up and emerge into a really bright phoenix, blazing phoenix, like rising from the ashes, and I shoot all the way up into the universe. I'm bright red, I have blue and orange and yellow on me for my feather coloring. It was really cool. So now that we're in the universe, now she shows me this, where it's the pink clouds and we're in the clouds, and she just takes off super fast without me, leaves me completely. And I'm like, whoa. And I realize I can do the same thing. So I follow her, and she's trying to show me how fast we could go. And I'm not really sure why. I think she's trying to show me, like, we are able to do whatever we want. We can fly, we can go really fast, we can go anywhere we need to go, right? And then my ego starts messing with me, because I'm like, trying to stay. Mind you, I haven't meditated in months, maybe even years, because I don't do traditional meditation. I do meditation in different ways. So I thought that was really interesting. And then she says, when I get back into the zone again, she says, my brothers and sisters will come. So meaning the more I meditate, the more they will come and show me different things. And then I asked if she wanted to show me anything anymore or show me something else. And she said, yes. And we shot down into the earth's layers like ghost bodies. Now, when I say that, it means like I could see us, but like we were see-through. And we were going through the layers of the earth, and we went down into this, I don't want to say core, because there was no core per se, but when we got to where we were going, she showed me that there's a whole other civilization. And yes, we know that this is not a new thing, but what's new for me is I've never really seen this, like how she took me there. And seeing this, it was really shocking to see, because it was so bright. Think of like going into a cave, but the whole thing is lit up like there was a huge light bulb, and the whole thing was lit up so brightly. It was like almost like I had to squint a little because it was so bright. And what was interesting is I could see a dome around this whole section, almost like a bubble around this civilization. And what's on the outside of this bubble is like a cave-like structure, or, the inner earth. And what's interesting as well is that it's not small. It is not small. And there is like a whole city, or I don't even know how to explain it to you. I'm kind of far back when I'm seeing this, so I could see the dome. I could see the crust layer around it. And it was very bright. And there's just tons of buildings, I should say, structures, and it was just really cool, and I can still see it in my mind right now. And I hope that she takes me back there again to see what's going on. I think she's wanting to show me that there's not just the planes that we think of, like the planes, meaning like there's not just the higher realms to work through, and there's not just the earthly plane on the outside, but there's the inner earth as well that we can work with and to utilize that, and we can go there at any time. I think that is what she's trying to show me. So thanks for letting me share this with you. If you find this interesting, let me know in the comments. If you've ever had anything like this happen, please share it with everyone. I love to hear it, and I plan to make more the more that I venture to meditate. So let me know how it's going for you, and I'll talk to you later.